So here it is, folks. The group stages for the Champions League will take place later on in the week, but we've got a little bit of business still to take care of, and it's the final game of qualifying. We'll take a look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, this time taking a look at the final game of the Champions League qualifying campaigns as we edge closer to those illustrious group stages, and we'll talk about it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep your eye up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Champions League related, boys and girls. Whoa, football related, all here under one roof skis. That's right, boys and girls, we are back. Obviously, travels for the past couple of weeks, but we're back here in the illustrious environment that is in my Ewood Park studio. Yeah, to take a look at the old Champions League final group stages. But first and foremost, let's take a look back at how we got on in my last round of predictions. I'll tell you what, folks, it was not great. Obviously, I was in holiday mode, so yeah, I was obviously taking a bit of a hit. My mind was not fully focused on the Champions League. But here we go. So the results of the last weekend, or the last week's qualifying campaign, which was the first legs of the playoff. The winner of these, 6 matches will go through to the group stages. The losers will tumble into the Europa League. So let's take a look. CFR Cluj took on Slavia Prague over in Romania. That ended up as a 1-0 win for Slavia Prague. Big result for them. I actually went the other way with CFR Cluj. But I'll tell you that now, if you are a team that I backed last time out, I'm sorry, I am sorry. Nikosia, though, on the flip side, took on Ajax over in Cyprus. That ended up as all square, folks. Obviously, like me, like thousands of other pundits out there, predictors and all that kind of stuff, most of us would have went for Ajax on this one. LASK took on Club Brugge. That ended up as a 1-0 win for Bruges away from home. Actually went with a 2-0 win, so I kind of made it a little bit more presentable, the old predictions. Dinamo Zagreb took on Rosenborg out of Norway. This ended up as a 2-0 win, and I did get that one bang on point. Prediction King trying to get himself back into contention here. But the young boys Bern took on Red Star Belgrade. That is a 2-2 draw, just 1 goal shy, but ultimately wrong. And Olympiakos took on Krasnodar, and that ended up as a 4-0 spanking for Olympiakos. 2-0 for me, so not too shabby, because I kind of wiped my face a little bit there with the mediocre predictions on that one. So yeah, 3 wrong, 3 close to the money, or 2 close to the money, and 1 bang on point. So, what does that leave us now in the second legs? Well, here it is, the final hurdle. What I'm going to give you now is my predictions for this this last match, and of course the aggregate score, which would give you my opinion of who will go through to the group stages. Slavia Prague taking on CFR Cluj over in the Czech Republic. These boys have got at least recent history with European, with the Champions League, at least getting to the group stages. Slavia Prague are a club that's been there, around there, done it over the years. For me, I'm actually going with a 2-1 win for Slavia Prague, but unfortunately, is that good enough? Have I done this right? Let me back the truck up here. 1-0 win for Slavia Prague. So I'm going with a 2-1 for Slavia. Okay, folks, so here we go into the final games here. Now, what I'm going to give you here is the final results in this last leg, and then, of course, what that would combine with the aggregate score, and to see basically who will go through to the group stages. Slavia Prague and CFR Cluj have been there, done it quite recently over the years. They've been in and amongst it in the group stages, at least for the Europa League as well. So there ain't no stranger to this sort of level. So hopefully it'll be a big loss for them, both of them. I think they're all kind of banking on this one. But Slavia Prague against CFR Cluj, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Slavia Prague in the second leg. Now that combined with the first leg result sees Slavia Prague go through 3-1 on aggregate. CFR Cluj will tumble into the Europa League stages. Ajax, obviously, semi-finalist last season. I don't get it. I don't know why that sort of standard or that sort of illustrious club has to go through this Mickey Mouse competition to get themselves through to the group stages. I think if you made the last 16 last season, I think you should be guaranteed group spots or something like that, because this is an insult. It's an insult for Ajax to go through this. No disrespect to Nikosia. They gave Ajax a game last time out with a 0-0 draw. This should be a comfortable win for Ajax over in the Dutchland, aka the Netherlands, aka Holland. So 3-0 win for Ajax, which would be 3-0 on aggregate. The Ajax semi-finalists, respectfully, will go through. Club Brugge on the flip side take on LASK. Club Brugge with the lead. They'll add to it with a 3-1 victory over LASK. Go through 4-1 on aggregate. So comfortable for the Belgian side. LASK will tumble into the Europa League. Norwegians, Rosenborg up against Dinamo Zagreb. Rosenborg, I remember them well. I think Rovers took on Rosenborg back in the day, and I think we lost. They kind of screwed us Rovers over back in 1995-96 when we were in the Champions League. We couldn't oust them, or I can't even remember. It was such a blur, such a blip, such a little murmur on the scale that Rovers, their Champions League endeavour was short-lived. But anyway, that was then. This is now up against Dinamo Zagreb, going with a 2-1 win for the Norwegians. But Dinamo Zagreb will go through 3-2 on aggregate to set up group stages for them. Europa League for Rosenborg, so that'll be a harsh one for them to take, winning on the night, losing on aggregate. Red Star Belgrade, aka Zvezda, will take on Young Boys Bern. I'm going to go with a 3-0 victory for Red Star, which will put them through 5-2 on aggregate into the old knockout stages or group stages. Young Boys Bern will collapse into the old Europa League to join the likes of Celtic and co. Well, it depends if they get through their sort of matches anyway. Krasnodar will take on Olympiakos. 4-0 in the first leg, 2-1 this time around. Krasnodar will win, but they will lose 5-2 on aggregate. Olympiakos will go through. Krasnodar will tumble into the Europa stages. So we are looking at Slavia Prague, Ajax, Club Brugge, Dinamo Zagreb, Red Star Belgrade, and Olympiakos to make it into the group stages. Now the group stages will take place this Thursday. I don't know the date. I think it's the 29th of August, something like that. I'm going to have a video, or the videos will start coming from Friday onwards. And I'll be doing I'll do predictions for each one of the groups, like initial predictions, who I think is going to top the group, who's going to come second, third, and then fourth. And those are my early door predictions, and they will be on the channel starting Friday. I think it'll be one a day for the next few days once they all come through. But they are not my only predictions for the Champions League. I'll be doing match day by match day, just like we've done here. And then you guys can participate in this one as well. I was going to open up the participation for this early doors as well, but I just thought it was a little bit ridiculous for the size of the fixture lists. It was a bit weird. So yeah, make sure you stick around for the initial predictions, who I think just my 2 cents for each group to see who goes through. And then obviously we'll do match day by match day, because the predictions will change as form comes into it, as the season kicks on. That sort of stuff. And I'll be doing those predictions, the actual match day by match day predictions, once the Champions League group stages take place, live on the channel. So make sure you stick that out. Do I mention that in the end of this? I don't, but I do mention my Patreon, boys and girls. If you want to become Patreons to the channel, it does wonders for it. The legs, the life of it, to give me a big old boost mentally, creatively. If you want to become Patreon members, please check out the old link in the old description down below. Maybe there'll be a link at the end of the video, depending on how I get on. And yeah, and also make sure you check out my Twitch, check out my Twitter as well. I'm very vocal on Twitter, and I'm also going to be very busy on Twitch in the month of September onwards, as we do live watch-alongs. So that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. Make sure you stick your own predictions in the old comment section down below. Make sure you check out, if you're fans of other leagues, my Premier League, my Championship, Serie A, La Liga, and Bundesliga predictions on the channel. They are more interactive. You can participate in it a little bit more than you can with these ones. But make sure you get your predictions in there anyway. I like to see what you think is going to happen in the final game of the old qualifying campaign as we edge closer to the money round. That is the group stages. But until then, I'm going to let you get out of here. Thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.